The number one question that I get asked from all first-time home buyers, and this is the question that's actually holding them back to step into home ownership, is, Bridget, should I rent or buy? Let's use our calculator on our website to find out if you should be renting or buying. This calculator will not only show you if it's cheaper to rent or buy, but will actually show you when you start putting more money into your pocket, when you start paying yourself, and when does it become cheaper to own versus rent. And it's good to use this calculator because this calculator will help you visualize to where you want to go. Even if you're not ready to buy, I always tell my clients, because anything that you do in life, you don't just do it. No, you need to visualize it first. You need to have an idea. You need to see it. When they actually use this calculator, they're actually able to see if they should rent or buy. So let's get into it to find out if it's cheaper for you to rent or buy. So here's where you're going to start entering numbers. So where do you get these numbers? So when we are comparing renting and buying, we are comparing apples to apples, not oranges to apples. So what do I mean by that, apples to apples? Is that you need to look at how much rent is in that area that you want to buy in order to find out if it's cheaper to rent or buy. A condo, a one-bedroom condo right now on the area that I want to buy, which is downtown core, averaging pricing around $450,000 and rent is around $2,300 a month. So now that I got my information, I'm going to enter $450,000 and I'm a first-time home buyer, so I'm eligible to only buy it with 5% down. So how do you calculate the down payment? If a house is under $500,000, you are eligible to only just put 5% down. If the home is between $500,000 up to $1.5 million, then on the first $500,000, you only calculate 5%, and then $500,000 to $1.5 million, you calculate 10%. So if you're buying a home around $800,000, then the down payment would be around 7%. Homes above 1.5 million, then you gotta put 20% down. So because the home is under $500,000, I'm eligible to put 5% down. So that means 5% down from 450 is around 22,500. Interest rate on average from the past 30 years is around 4%. So I'm gonna keep it the same at 4%. Amortization, I'm gonna choose 30 years. I'm allowed as a first-time home buyer. Monthly property taxes for a unit around $450,000 downtown core is around $200 a month. So I'm gonna change this from $300 to $200. And monthly home insurance is around $50. That's property home insurance. Monthly maintenance fees for a unit downtown core, it's around $350. Additional monthly cost would be hydro water, which is metered separately, so it's not part of the maintenance fee. So I'm gonna include $100 to it. And buying closing cost is usually around 3% because I'm a first-time home buyer and I get tons of rebates as a first-time home buyer. And by the way, if you don't know what the first-time home buyer rebates are, click below to watch that video. Home appreciation for the past 30 years in the city of Toronto, homes have been appreciating around 5.8%. But I'm gonna be conservative. I'm gonna choose a home appreciation very low, very conservative, around 4%. Inflation rate for the past 30 years, the inflation rate in Canada on average has been around 2.1%. So let's look at renting now. So monthly rent in the city of Toronto for the area that I'm thinking of buying is around $2,300. And of course, I have to pay utilities on top of that. So monthly rent, I'm going to enter here $2,400. Monthly tenants insurance, which is required by the landlord, $40 a month. When you're renting in the city of Toronto, you have to provide first and last. Rent appreciation for the past 30 years, rent has been increasing around 3%, 2.5, 3% per year. And then I'm gonna hit calculate. And what you're going to be seeing instantly, that it says right away, this is where a lot of first-time home buyers right away know if they should be buying or renting. Buying becomes cheaper than renting at year 1. Why? Because homes are cheaper. They've come down in pricing. This is why I say this is the best time to buy. Number 2, interest rates are low. And number 3, it makes sense. It's cheaper than renting. So me as a first-time home buyer, I definitely don't want to be renting. I want to start owning my own home. And what you can see by looking at our calculator is you'll see the chart that it actually becomes cheaper to own as the years go by. So by year, even by the third year, now rent is higher and owning is less because we start paying, as you guys all know, we start paying more to interest at the beginning, but as we start paying down our mortgage, we start paying less to interest and more to principal, which means more money in your pocket and you're building equity. As we start scrolling down, you'll start seeing why buying is cheaper. So it'll say the buying yearly cost. So buying yearly cost is around $21,000 based on the numbers that I entered. And renting yearly cost is around $34,000. I mean, ask yourself, this is the question. Which one would you choose? Obviously, being an owner. Now, you're gonna click on show breakdown, which is actually going to show you the initial cost as a buyer, which is the information that you entered in the beginning. You're going to see that buying, you're gonna require a down payment, which I entered, $22,500. Remember, 5% because it's under $500,000. Closing cost, it's around usually 3% of the purchase price is going to be $15,000. That's a total of $38,000. And of course, when you're renting, when you're a renter, the only thing that you put towards at the beginning is your last month's rent, which is $2,300. But then we're gonna click on the year 1 to 8 cost breakdown. So as the years go by, it's going to show you what you're paying when it comes to buying and what you're paying when it comes to renting. Basically, the carrying cost. Payment that you're making that's not making money for you. Remember, when you are renting, it's 100% interest. Nothing goes towards your pocket. But when you are buying, you are paying the carrying cost, but you're also paying down your mortgage, which is towards the principal. The principal is what goes in your pocket. It's called equity, and you build this throughout the years. So from year 1 to 8, it's gonna cost you $180,000 to carry your own property for you to own. But renting is gonna cost you $255,000. And remember, all these years you've been paying principal, you've been building equity. So you're not only just paying less to own your own home, but you're also building equity. I hope this video was helpful, and of course, to learn more, connect with us today and also attend our first time home buyer seminar. See you then.